Good morning, everybody. Got your coffee? I got mine. So listen, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much to Diana. Diana, thank you for sponsoring this morning's cup of coffee. I appreciate it. And Madeline, thank you so much for sponsoring the library pantry, and your donation will go to that endeavor. You know, speaking of my library pantry, we're having some dark weather right here in Columbia, South Carolina. And we're under the threat of tornado warnings here. And we are having some heavy downpour. And I have deliveries out of all days, because it's a free day. And I can only do it on a free day. Get out there and deliver boxes and bags of food to the seniors in the community. But I'm thinking that I'm going to do it anyway because, the weather's a little dark, but they're close by. So I should be okay. And I'm just hoping that the actual library pantry itself doesn't go through what it went through when Helene came through. We're just getting this one off the ground and started real good. I don't want to go do that all over again. Anyway, so listen, for some reason, my algorithm on all social media platforms that I am on seems to think that I give a fuck about Nebraska. And we talked a little bit about that yesterday. And just to make myself clear, I don't give a fuck about Nebraska. I don't care. I don't care about these people all on social media crying about the dire straits that they find themselves in. My people, my beautiful black people are right when they say that the only way anything is going to shake when it comes to these racist white people is when they are as uncomfortable as they have made everyone else. And that is the first reason why I don't give a shit about Nebraska. The second reason why I don't give a shit about Nebraska is because not even Nebraska voted for Nebraska. They didn't vote in their own best interest. They literally voted to be racist. And that's why they're suffering right now. They didn't think that their Lord and Savior, Donald Trump, would cut them off the way he has. And he did. He doesn't care. He doesn't need them anymore. Of course he cut them off, used them up for their votes to get into power. And of course this is his play. And when they sit up and they start talking to him and yelling at him about, hey, I'm losing my family's 200-year-old farm. Because if you don't care enough about your family's 200-year-old farm to vote to save it, what the fuck do I care? I don't care. I don't care. So yeah. And he doesn't either. Because his friends that run companies like BlackRock and Zillow and the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints, all these really rich people that are going to, once they go into default, they're going to snatch up all that land. Bill Gates and all of them for next to nothing. They don't care about your firms. Bill Gates is trying to, build fake food firms. He would just love it if he could just come and get your 200-300-year-old farm, snatch it up for pennies. Because the rich don't care. And until these racist white people start to understand that rich white people don't give a fuck about them, and until they start losing everything and they realize that it is about class and it wasn't about race, they're going to be fucked up. They're going to be fucked up. But let me tell you the biggest reason why I don't give a fuck about Nebraska. The biggest reason why I don't give a fuck about Nebraska is because, like I said yesterday when I turned on this camera, I don't just turn this camera on to talk. I believe the things that I say. I believe them wholeheartedly. I am in community with other black people. That's why I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the disruption of the food chain, supply chain. I don't care. I am in community with black people who grow food. I'm a backyard grower. There are only 2 people in this house. I grow plenty. I grow enough to share. I do. But even if that weren't the case, I know I'm in community with black people who also grow food. So if I'm having a bad season, guess what? I can turn to my people. And And I am in community with black people, farmers who have their own slaughterhouses, raise and breed their own food. You may have to drive out. It may take you the better part of a day, but you come back with a quarter of a cow and you're good for months and months and months and months. And then you can share. But if it's too much for us, share with other people on the block, in the community. That is what community is. And I tell you, a lot of us think we know what community is, but we really don't know what community is. Start getting into community with your people. I keep saying it over and over and over and over and over again, or you're going to find yourself ass out. Because we don't know. We know that Trump is going to be in there for 4 years. And then I suspect after Trump, if Democrats don't come through, and if the Democrats don't get their shit together, J.D. Vance is going to be, and he's a worse version, a younger, worse version than Trump. He's the co-author of Project 2025. Read what that man has in store for you and die. You have to be in preparation for that. There's nothing wrong with, if you prepare for it, you will be in community with your people anyway, which is what you should be. And if nothing happens, worst case scenario, you've built a community. But if what if worst case scenario happens and you don't have that community? And let me tell you, if you want to be in community with your people, black people, you're going to have to learn how to show the fuck up. Y'all still in my comments disrespectfully. Y'all don't even know how to be respectful to this platform. How are you going to be respectful to a whole community of black people if you show up damaged, harmed, a broken vessel, and you don't know how to communicate? You can't just show up. You got to offer something. Remember when I said, give more than you take from your community? A lot of y'all ain't getting that in y'all heads. Give more than you take, so that when you need, you have. Y'all not taking it serious. Y'all not taking it serious a bit. But it's okay. Not all skin folk is kinfolk, and we're going to have to run on that, be able to run on that philosophy too. Not everybody can be allowed in the community that you build. Some people, you're going to have to let them go and pray that they catch up, that they get there. But until then, they're going to be on their own. And let me tell you, honey, there ain't nothing like being caught off from people and needing help and need a real help to get you on the right path, the path to straight and narrow. You ever hit rock bottom in your life? I've hit rock bottom. I know what rock bottom feel like. And when you hit rock bottom, the only one that can pull you out of that hole is you. And if you are lucky to get help along the way, somebody will reach out a hand to help you. You have to treat that hand like it's the only one in the world. You have to thank it. You have to love it. You have to respect it. You have to show it gratitude. Enough where when you're able to keep climbing, someone else will reach out another hand to you. And then another and another and another. Learn how to be in community with your people. Learn how to show up for your people, for your community. You got to be more than just black when you show up. You got to be black, and you got to be respectful, and you got to be grateful. Y'all can show these white people gratitude. Y'all can show other people of color gratitude, but you will not show gratitude, love, and respect to your own. And I get it. White supremacy has fucked our heads up. Truly and surely fucked our heads up. It made us hate ourselves, and we project that onto other black people, and so we don't respect other black people because of how this world has made us feel about ourselves. But y'all gotta snap out of that shit quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry, because we don't have time for that. We don't have time to fuck around and fool around anymore. We got to bring each other in close so that when food supply chains get disturbed, we okay, because we have built our own infrastructure within these United States of America. We got to make sure we're in community with other black people who know what to do when shit hit the fan. Because Canada ain't fucking around with us neither, and neither is Mexico. And they have every right to be reactive to what it is Donald Trump and the Trump administration is doing to them and their nations. When you in community with your people, I promise you, the way you're not going to be worried about the shenanigans of racist white people and them losing their farm, sorry, not sorry. You should have voted in your own best interest. 70% of their workforce is immigrants, but they voted their workforce to be deported, for their workforce to be deported. What kind of fucking sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? Who makes that decision? Can you imagine being that racist? The nerve. That's like showing up to a Mexican restaurant and expecting white folks to work there. Did y'all see that on the news? White people went into a Mexican restaurant and was mad because Mexicans was running it. The audacity of these racists. Racism makes you psychotic. I'm trying to tell you, it really does. These people are sick in their head. And that kind of sickness spreads. And it's another reason why we got to mind our own business. Because if you pay them too much attention, that sickness will spread to you. And you'll start hating people of color too. Even though you're a person of color. Look at how much the Asians hate the Latinos and the Latinos hate the black folks. And some black folks hate other black folks. This is why you got to love on your own so hard that can never, ever, ever enter your mind, heart, and soul. No one could ever talk me out of loving you. No matter what is said, no matter what is done. I will never stop loving you. Not ever. Me either. Because I love me too. And trust me, the road to loving me was a long, rough, bumpy one. But I'm here. If you would like to donate to the platform, I will leave my Cash App and my Venmo down in the comments. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. And do something nice for someone. It's good for the soul.